What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another Teen Mom 2 recap, which aired on Monday, February 11th on MTV. The show starts off with Brianna and her new boo, John, and they're making plans to go on a camping trip, something like a water park camping trip. They're also going to take Shirley along. And Shirley mentions that, well, what about your mom? You don't want them to meet your mom? And I think Brianna knows that her mom probably don't want to meet John right now. I was just thinking that was kind of off also for her to be meeting her best friend before she meet her mom. For him to be meeting her best friend before he meets her mom. So I also want to make a correction. Last week I mentioned that Shirley brought up the fact that maybe he should meet the kids first. But she didn't. What she said was, if I were you, she was pretty much saying, like, if I was you, I wouldn't let him meet the kids so soon. So I just wanted to make that quick correction. So Shirley also mentioned to Brianna that, does John know? She was pretty much like saying, does he know that in order for y'all to make it official, that he would have to make the big move here to be closer to you in order for y'all to be in a relationship? You know, because I'm pretty sure Brianna doesn't want a long-term, long-distance relationship. So it is Isaac's first day of third grade, and he is such a big boy now. He's so excited to be going to school. Leah's home have completely flooded. I mean, she has like major water damage to the point where they can't even stay there until it's fully repaired from the damages. Chelsea picks up Aubrey from school and she's having contractions now. She's 38 weeks pregnant and she mentions that her birthday is in a couple of days. She also mentioned, I think she said her doctor said if you can make it one more week, that will be a miracle. And I'm like, yeah, but I just don't see it happening because she looks like she's about to pop. So Nathan is dropping off Kaiser with Janelle at the drop-off point where they meet up at when they, either pick up or drop off Kaiser to each other. And Kaiser mentions, he said, well, Daddy said not to say bad things. Daddy said not to mention bad things about you. I'm sorry for that interruption, you guys. And then Janelle was like, well, no, we shouldn't say bad things about anybody. And then he was like, can I go back with Daddy tomorrow? And she was saying no. And then he said, if I can't go back with Daddy, I'm going to cry. So Barbara is telling the producers that she and Janelle got into it. And I just knew it was going to be only a matter of time before the real mom and daughter relationship come out. Barbara said that she just spazzed out on her and just started asking her like, well, when are you going to give me Jace? And the producers was like, well, why did she just get like that all in a sudden? And she said because David got fired and because they refused to film him. So now it's just like she's just taking all of her frustrations out the wrong way. And since like everybody getting on her about why she putting up with David BS, like just the pressure of that. And she just can't take it. So she's just going off on everybody. So Brianna's mom is watching the kids while Brianna and Shirley and John go on their camping trip. And this will be Shirley's first time meeting John. And Miss DeJesus, she was like, no, I don't want to meet him. I don't want to meet him. And the way she looked with a disgusted look on her face, like, I don't know, like she just fed up with the fact that this will be making like the third guy for Brianna within a 2 or 3 year period. When she really should just be focusing on being at home with her girls. And so they make it to the airport, Brianna and Shirley, to pick up John. And they're just dazing in each other's eyes. And Shirley, she's driving. And then they just head on off to their camping trip. My thing is, why couldn't Shirley just wait to meet him another time instead of seeming like she's all right with being a third wheel on a trip? Like, I would have felt a little out of place. Like, nah, y'all just go ahead without me. Maybe I'll just meet him another time. Like if they go get a bite to eat or something, she just go and meet up with them somewhere, meet them, and then leave them. But not on a trip. But that's just my opinion. So Kel mentions that her sister is pregnant and how good it was to see her sister, and she can't wait for them to start spending more time together and all that kind of good stuff. So Leah, she's kind of letting the girls stay between Corey and her sister, and I think her mom has one of the girls, so she could focus on getting the house prepared so they can go ahead on and move back in, because the house is like in no condition for any of them to be staying there, with the mold and the nets and just the smell from the mildew. And I could only imagine the work that they're going to have to put in to repair that before they can go back and stay there. So her boyfriend pulls up and finds her vacuuming like excess moisture in the house. And she's like, I'm used to doing everything on my own, so I'm just happy that you came to give me a hand. I'm like, girl, stop putting on. This is so fake. I mean, they don't have nothing else, no other storyline for Leah this season. Like, it's good to see that she's overcome everything that she's been through in the past on the show. But this is just so boring, so made up. Like, they're really just reaching for something to make her part of the show interesting. And with this new guy who it clearly seems like they just such a mismatched couple, don't belong together. Like, please do better and find something better for her to make her part of the show interesting. So Chelsea is now having active labor, like back-to-back labor pains. So Nicole is pulling her up to the emergency room once again, and I'm pretty sure that this will not be a false alarm like the last time, because she's clearly in so much pain. And I just wish that they would have brought a wheelchair out to her. Like, they got her walking it. I mean, I'm pretty sure that the cameras let the hospital know. Somebody could have had a wheelchair out there waiting on her. Even one of the producers. I don't know. So Chelsea gave birth to a beautiful bouncing baby boy, and they named him Lane Eddie. And I kind of like the name the other way around, Eddie Lane. I think that sounds so much better. I like Eddie Lane. And he is so big and precious. Such a healthy looking baby boy. So Brianna, John, and Shirley made it to their cabin in the woods. And look like they're having such a boring time playing games and stuff like that. So anyway, Shirley asked John, how do he feel about kids? And he's like, I'm very family oriented. I love kids, although they can be annoying sometimes. So Brianna started giving him like the rundown of her day in the life of a mom. And he was like, yeah, you do an amazing job with your girls, and I give you props for that. And then right after that, they just went out on like, in the water on the canoes or whatever. And all of that looked so boring. So moving right along, Barbara took Jace to his soccer game. And then the producers were telling Barbara that Janelle's pulled up with David. So they got to shut down the filming because they refused to film David. And I don't blame them for not wanting him on their cameras. So, let's see. Oh, Isaac, he had a very good first day back at school. He said that he made one new friend so far. And so that made him not be so nervous as he was earlier before he went to school. So Kale calls her sister. And she asked her sister, do she want her to throw her a baby shower? And her sister's like, yeah. So she'll end up being back in town pretty soon so they can go and pick out venues. They can go look at some venues so Kale can pick out the perfect venue for her sister. And you can tell that Kale is so excited about being back in a position to be a big sister and to help her sister with her new baby on the way. So Leah is out carpet shopping with her sister, and she's telling her how supportive Jason is and how supportive he is with Allie and with the fact that she has MD. And I'm like, do they have anything else better to talk about for her? Because this is not something that should be praised. I mean, and she should expect him to be that way, especially if they're in a relationship. Brianna, Shirley, and John are all together still, but I guess John is in a separate room. So Brianna asked Shirley how do she like John. And Shirley was like, I like him. He seems to be nice. And Brianna was like, yeah, but they all start off nice. And Shirley was like, yeah, they all start off nice. It's like, just have to give it some time because he can be acting nice around me and he can be a completely different person in front of you when it's just you two alone. And then Brianna was like, yeah, but I just like him and stuff like that. And I just think that we'll be good together. And I mean, just like Brianna said herself, it always starts off like that. But I just think they kind of moving kind of fast, if you ask me. And it's like she's talking to Shirley about how you like him, like we're about to make it official. But she haven't talked to him about it yet. And then she goes to talk to him about their future and everything like that. And it's like, that's just a conversation they should have had right before they even thought about making plans to go on a trip and all that kind of stuff. They're just moving too fast for me. He might be a nice guy, but only time will tell how things are going to go for the both of them because, you know, it's so early. So in conclusion of the show, David arrived on the scene and the production, they stopped the filming. Janelle got pissed and refused to film for the rest of that day. Then she went back and forth arguing with the producers via text messaging. She even threatened to get a lawyer and quit the show. And we haven't heard that like 1,000 times. So the producers were talking to Barbara. And, you know, Barbara have that motherly instinct. She's just like, I really do believe that David is putting his hands on her. I just feel like she's in danger. Like he's just holding her in that house like a prisoner. And every time she do something that he goes against, he try to make her feel guilty about it. And it's like she just tries to please him, even though she's not happy with a lot of things he do. And Barbara was just like really talking about how much it's just hurting her to see Janelle just stuck in that situation. And she wished that she would just get out of that situation soon. Like, she don't know what else to do, and she just tries to communicate with her on a peaceful level so that Janelle won't just blow up with so much on her already dealing with David and stuff like that and trying to maintain a good relationship with her mama. And it's just hard when Barbara knows, and I'm a mother myself. If my daughter was in a relationship like that, I couldn't just be calm about it. But she's like, Janelle, I talked to her and she's talking about quitting the show. Like, what are you going to do if you quit this show? This is all you have. If you quit this show, you will be homeless. I doubt that she'll be homeless because I'm pretty sure she got some money saved up from the show. But I still understand what Barbara is saying. But anyway, it's just so sad that it comes to all of that. And for as long as we've seen Janelle throughout the years on the show, it's like, it's just always some major drama going on in her life. And now it's gone to a whole nother level. Like, you never see her at her best for a long period of time, or dealing with guys, a relationship, marriage, abuse, drugs. You just never see that, like, that good side. Like, everything always on a, it's just always up and down, up and down. It's never always on a up and up with her. And so anyway, that's pretty much how the show came to an end. So that concludes my recap for tonight's episode. And if you all enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Sorry for the interruptions and the stalling. But as always, I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.